Steelmaking is a dirty business, but the finished product is in heavy demand. Last year was a bumpy year for Japan's steel industry, a record 1.2 billion tonnes produced. It also produced 193 million tonnes of CO2. Japan emits more CO2 than the entire African continent. Steel production alone is responsible for 12% of that. Not surprisingly, steel's an obvious target for Japan's environmental lobby.
And they are against any mandatory scheme or putting price on carbon, like carbon tax or cap and trade domestic emissions trading scheme. And they are the big lobbyist to the government.
Japan's steel industry is not only coming under attack for its greenhouse gas emissions, it's being pinched by economics as well. The soaring cost of raw materials may force the industry to become more efficient.
To make steel, you need coking coal to fire the furnace. The price of that has doubled in 5 years to about $130 a tonne.
There are two ways to make cast metal products. One way is to melt by using coking coal, and the other is by using electricity. Because coking coal prices are going up, it's tough for cast metal producers who depend on it.
The steel industry is fighting back. It says its voluntary emissions scheme is working. It's producing 6% less CO2 now than it did in 1990. And it's developing methods to go on an energy diet as well.
We have a steel converter, various systems to collect gas and use it as fuel. Otherwise, we can collect heat, transform it into steam and generate electricity. That's the characteristic of our Japanese technology, collecting combustible gas and heat and thoroughly using them.
But there's a long way to go. Only the biggest steel mills can afford the new technology. And despite the steel industry's advances, Japan as a whole is now emitting more CO2 than ever. Paul Allen, Al Jazeera, Tokyo.